Jack Kingston. Thanks for taking a few minutes. Well, Congressman, let's pick it up on what we just heard. This is somebody who the Cruz campaign is counting on, an unbound delegate from North Dakota. The Cruz campaign organized the heck out of North Dakota. They've been sending out signals. They think these are their people, and he's basically saying he doesn't think Cruz has much time left, and he's going nowhere if he loses tomorrow. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't think he's saying anything original, and I don't hear him saying I'm definitely coming out for Trump. I think that what we're getting right now is maybe a certain narrative. I will say this. I've spoken to the Cruz people who are in Indiana on the ground. They think the synergy feels a lot like Wisconsin. Mike Pence's activism, particularly in the last 48 hours, is really big. Carly Fiorina's on the ground. As you pointed out, Heidi is there, Congressman Louis Gohmert, Glenn Beck. Standards of the conservative cause are out there on the ground, and they're fanned out all over Indiana right now. And they are saying, hey, this is so much like Wisconsin. The numbers are trending. So many of the polls that we are hearing that shows the big gap were actually taken before Mike Pence got actively involved in the campaign and before Carly Fiorina was announced as the VP. So we feel like Indiana is a great battleground. We're feeling good about it. As you just showed, you had Ted Cruz calmly talking to Trump supporters about the issues, their refusal to go there. I do agree with you. It's like a microcosm, and what they're doing is just mimicking their leader who speaks in pronouncements rather than engaging. Where is the Indiana debate that people wanted to have? There wasn't one because Trump cut and ran.
Let me ask you this, though, on the subject of that confrontation there between Cruz and the Trump supporters. One thing that struck me watching that, he's basically trying to warn them, saying, hey, Donald Trump's a danger to the Republican Party. Donald Trump's a danger to conservatism. And it struck me that Ted Cruz wasn't saying this for so long in this campaign. We put a clip together. This is Ted Cruz and what he was saying about Donald Trump basically for all of 2015.
It seems the favorite sport of the Washington media is to encourage some Republicans to attack other Republicans. I ain't going to do it.
I'll say this. I think Donald Trump is bringing a bold, brash voice to this presidential race. I'm very glad that Donald Trump's being in this race has forced the mainstream media finally to talk about illegal immigration.
So, Congressman, when we see Ted Cruz today come face to face with what he's up against, didn't he help create that?
Well, I think that as we focus more on Donald Trump, we see that, in fact, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are two sides of the same coin. For example, they both support universal health care. They've both been very wishy-washy on gun control. They're both neutral on our great ally, Israel. And, the list goes on and on in terms of taxes. Donald Trump wants to increase taxes.
Okay, but what about, he wasn't saying any of this. Cruz wasn't saying any of this for 6 months in 2015. Into 2016, the subject of Donald Trump came up, and Cruz had opportunities to say, hey, Republicans, we don't want to go down this road. Hey, conservatives, we don't want to go down this road. And instead, he said the kinds of things we just said. Didn't that help create what Ted Cruz is in grave danger of losing to right now instead of speaking out early?
Well, I think part of this is just the competition of the home stretch where you have it narrowed down to two campaigns. They're both trying to win. But also, I'd say there's been more spotlight on Donald Trump than there was before. He did not come out in favor of Planned Parenthood at the beginning of his campaign. But now the more we've learned about Donald Trump, the more worried we are. And I think it's very important for Republican primaries voters to know that statistics and polls show that he cannot win in November. So a vote for the Hoosiers tomorrow for Donald Trump is a vote for Hillary Clinton. And I think people need to be aware about how high the stakes are before they go to the polls tomorrow.
If Donald Trump is the Republican nominee, though, will you support him?
Well, I think he would be a lot better than Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton is absolutely more of the failed policies of Barack Obama. But that's why we are going to fight to the very finish. We believe that this is going to go to the convention. I don't think that the math is in Donald Trump's favor. He's got to get to 1237. We don't believe he will do that in California, and so we're ready to go to the convention and finish the business there.
All right. Jack Kingston, former congressman, supporter of Ted Cruz. Thanks for the time.